Today's session is on the Sitecore XM Cloud embedded personalization. So in this session, I will be covering about what is coming out of the box with the Sitecore XM Cloud in terms of the personalization. So apart from that, I will be touching upon the Sitecore XM Cloud understanding of embedded personalization, key feature and capabilities, and how it is different from the uh, MVC personalization in terms of a X Connect, right? What are the things are there, and uh, what, when, and why we need to select the Sitecore embedded personalization, and when to select the Sitecore personalization or a CDP. So I will be covering those topics, and if time allows, I will be showing you the demo also. Okay, and feel free to pause me if you are having any queries with respect to the XM Cloud or a personalization. Maybe I will be able to answer those questions. So introduction you have already provided, so you can connect with me via any of the channel, or you can scan the QR code and connect with me. So coming to the Sitecore XM Cloud, right? So all of you know that Sitecore XM Cloud is a cloud native CMS site, right? It's totally different from what we have used in the past in terms of a XP and the XM. So the main thing is that you are not provisioning anything from your side. You just need to provision the front-end app which you are going to build, and rest of the things will be taken care by the Sitecore. So you can save the time, and also it is providing you the out-of-the-box support in terms of a multi-site and multilingual support, because when you are spending a money on any of the CMS or any product and you wanted to build up a multi-site, so these out-of-the-box supports are present. And also the content delivery, the major difference is that the content delivery is not from your content delivery server which you generally hosting in IaaS, AKS, or any other mode. So it will be from the CDN enable edge endpoint. So you can save the cost over there also in terms of a performance of getting the data. And it's a Jamstack ready, so you can consume the APIs in terms of a edge graphical endpoint from the Sitecore Experience Edge if you are building any type of application, not just a web application. And embedded personalization, it is coming out of the box, so I will be covering that in detail. As content delivery, I already told that you do not need to deploy any custom CDN product in front of your content delivery server or anything. Inbuilt component library. So there is a component product which coming. You can use the Vig editor and you can build your component there and you can utilize that. And advanced pages editor is there, which is better than the experience editor, but you need to use to those editor because it's keep changing and option are moving from left to right or top to bottom. So you need to be more getting understanding on how to use that. And faster deployment, development and deployment is means you will be getting a starter kit that you can utilize as a base, right? So it will give you the idea how to write a component in the headless if you are moving from a backend developer to the front-end developer or a full stack developer. And also deployment for the CM, you do not need to write any pipeline or anything role. But if you are deploying to the front-end application or you are having your own web app where you are deploying it, in terms of a Vercel, it is a out-of-the-box connector are there to deploy your end user facing website. But if you are using Azure as a your means web app, then you need to write your own pipeline to deploy it. Customer portal, you can manage the user directly from a Sitecore Cloud portal, and you can enable the SSO. Those are just a, you do not need to write any code like how we used to do in the XP. You just need to add your key and the application details, and it will be set up. Easy management, that I already covered, like similar to XXA. If you have earlier worked with the XXA, then it's similar to that, but it's a headless XXA. Why? Because it is used for the headless application, not for the MVC. Inbuilt inside, you are, I will be showing that also. So you will be getting a out of the box like a reporting how your pages are performing, not similar to what you are seeing in the XConnect. It is just a high level information. Inbuilt form supports is there if you need to build up a simple form like a contact us form, or you need to capture the any data or a document. So those things you can build up. Even the multi-stage or multi-step forms you can build up. The major difference is that when you are building a forms in Sitecore XP or XP, then the data would be stored in the XDB. But here you can't, because it's a SaaS product, so you are not storing any of the data within a CMS. So it will be providing you the webhook. Webhook is nothing but a just sort of an endpoint. When you are publishing it or submitting it any data, it will push that payload to your endpoint, and from there you can send data to any of the data source which required from your application. Any questions till this point?
So far, so good, I guess, my friend.
Okay. So now I am moving to the understanding of the embedded personalization. So it is just, you can say that it is a out of the box feature, like for the personalization, if you need to implement the simple personalization as compared to the XP. When you need to use personalization, you need to buy the full-fledged license for the Sitecore XP, right? Even you need to use the 2 or 3 use cases to do that. But in this case, in terms of XM Cloud, it is coming as a out of the box. So you do not need to buy a full-fledged license, right? And it is out of the box. And it's a real-time stream of a data collection is there. Means you cannot write a, or you cannot use the personalization on a historical data. Means if data is more than 30 days old, you cannot, it will be not available to you. And also edge function for dynamic page spacing swapping means in XM Cloud, uh, you are not writing any code to swap the content or anything. How we used to write, create a custom rules in the Sitecore world, like a Sitecore MVC, like a, we are writing the personalization rules, and if that is changing or some the logic, we need to write it, and on the basis of that we used to implement that. So here we do not need to do anything, because Sitecore is providing the personalization middleware which will be taking care of how the rules are matching and which variant needs to be shown. So that will be taken care by your front-end application. Preview mode for checking variation. So it means that whenever you are applying any changes, right? So suppose if you are having a condition that if I am coming from this location, show this, right? So you can directly check in the Sitecore pages editor, and also how the condition is being running, that you can easily verify that in the embedded personalization. And also it will providing you the out of the box site and the page analytics, so that you can measure that how your variants are working, and as well as it is providing you the comparison with default plus any other variants if you need to compare it. So it will be easy for you to see that how your variants are performing in terms of analytics, how many users are coming and which devices they are using it. So key feature is that page-based personalization. It means that suppose if you have implemented a one condition, like I am giving a example, if user is coming from this region, right? So here the major difference is that, or you can say that a major problem in compared to the XP is that in XP in one page you can have a 10 component, in 10 components you can apply a 10 different types of conditions. But here in case of embedded personalization is that it is a page level personalization. Suppose if you need to apply a 10 uh, personalization rules on a one page, right? So whatever the order is there, on the basis of that it will execute it and it will move forward. So it's not like that in a one page you can apply a 10 condition, it will be a one condition always. That's why it's a page based personalization. I will be showing that when I will be applying it. Component level personalization, so on the basis of a one condition you can change the more than one component in a your page. But in earlier, you used to have a more than one condition in a page so that you can apply a different. But here it doesn't make any sense. But the main thing is that you can customize a complete page based on a one condition itself. Audience segmentation is nothing but you will be getting out of the box support. Like if some user are accessing your site and you need to check that is user is returning user or a new user, or in the past 30 days how many times that user have visited this page, right? So those type of audience segmentation you can getting out of the box, but you do not have the control to create your own custom segmentation like how we used to do in the XP, right? um, you will be able to create a list of the user when you are applying in the EXM, right? If user have subscribed to this or this, then give me the list of the user, right? So those type of things you can't do here in the out of the box. But if you are buying the full-fledged license of the Sitecore Personalize or the CDP, then you can do those things. Real-time analytics means it is giving you the page insight how your variant is performing, so you can directly go to the pages editor and you can verify that. So coming to the technical aspect of XM Cloud, so in past slides I have just shared information about how and what type of things it is giving. Now I am touching upon the technical things. So in terms of a embedded personalization, you can think of Sitecore CDP and Sitecore Personalize. So Sitecore CDP is nothing but a data lake where you are storing a lot of analytics data. How we used to do in the XDB, we are storing the data same way. Sitecore CDP is a customer data platform and it is a data lake, so you can push data, you can create segmentation, you can create attribute, right? Whatever you wanted to do that. And Sitecore Personalize is a personalization engine which is helping you to personalize the content or a data which is visible to the user based on the analytics data present in the Sitecore CDP. So embedded personalization is a subset of that. So that's why if you are seeing that I have tried to create the subset. Why? Because you are not getting a full-fledged Sitecore personalization rules as well as you are not getting a more than 30 days of older data. So that's why is a subset of a Sitecore CDP and Personalize. So now, how the page level personalization is working. So if you have worked in the MVC or in the XM Cloud, so here I am trying to explain in the below where you are seeing the Sitecore SaaS. Like you will be getting a Sitecore CMS, you will be getting a editing host, and this is your CM, right? CM instance will be there. So whenever you will be publishing a data, it is being pushed to the Sitecore CDN. CDN is a where you are having the snapshot of your content items, layout snapshot as well as media items. So whatever data is required to render any page, that data will be dumped as a static into the Sitecore Experience Edge. And you will be having a rendering host. So rendering host is nothing but a front-end app. So that's why we are naming it as a rendering host, and the app which is used by the pages editor or used by the experience editor, that is called the editing host. Why? Because it is being used to edit the content in the CM. And here you are seeing the CDP and personalization, so like a profile storage, user attribute, and user segmentation. So those things are coming from the CDP and personalize. And how the data will be coming, like when you are building up a any application, right? So whenever user is sending the request, right? So you are building the request will be coming to your Next.js application. And if you have worked on the Next.js or a React.js, so there are two type of things are there, like a server-side rendering or a static side generation, right? So based on your requirement or a number of pages and build time, you are deciding that which mode we need to follow it, right? So in terms of a SSR, when you are building the application, right? So your pages are not being built whenever the any request, right, is being sent by the user to your application, right? So next JS application, right, which you have deployed to Vercel or Azure web app or anywhere, right? So what it will do, this application will receive the request, right? And there is a personalization middleware code is there in your when you will explore the Next.js code base. So this personalization middleware, in case of a SSR, it will, on the basis of a route, it will send a request to your experience edge and will get all the page variants from the experience edge, which is just giving you the uh, how your page will be looking, right, for a different conditions. And after that, it will be making a request to the this CDP and personalization that it will get the segmentation details, like I am the current user and give me the details of a current user. So on the basis of that segmentation data, it will verify the condition one by one based on how many number of variants you are having. For example, I am having a rules, right, which is in page I have added a three types of rules, right? So my region is at this much. Let me show you that quickly. Like this. So suppose if I am a user and how many these are the page variants, right? So suppose this page variants data, what data needs to be displayed with the variance condition will be fetched right from here, and then the what is the user segmentation detail or analytics data for a current user that will be fetched from the CDP. Then this personalization middleware will verify the condition, and if condition is matching, like I am belongs to the EU region, right? Then display this data. If condition is matching, then it will return that data to the Next.js application to the render in terms of a SSR. So, but when you are using the SSG, right? So, only difference between SSG and the SSR is that in case of SSG, when you are building the application, all the page variants is being dumped into the Next.js, so that you do not need to make a request as a runtime to get the data. All will be dumped as a static. So that is the only difference. And then also it will be accessing the same way it will access the segmentation details for the users. And when the condition is matched, then it will show that specific variant. So suppose if I will show you the output, right, for that. So it is giving me you to the EU user. So if any one of you will access that, I have added a condition for the Brazil also. So let's see what data you are getting it, right? So you maybe need to refresh two times to see that. So like I am seeing the EU user, and I have added the condition like the user is from the South America or country where is. So based on the condition, it will show you the personalized message to you. Okay. So what data, Rodrigo, you are getting it? Are you seeing it or not? Any personalization?
It's still loading.
Oh,
Yeah, wait. I see Brazil, Brazil users.
Brazil users, right?
Yeah, we have
Okay,
people in the call from Poland, Brazil, US.
okay.
Please, guys, click in the link and let us know what you're seeing as well.
So you are seeing the Brazil user, right?
Yes,
User.
sir. Yeah,
So
Brazil
you are
user.
not. So you are not seeing this South America thing, right?
I don't. I see Brazil
Okay.
specifically.
Okay. Yes. So see, I have added here a for the UK user also, right? But why it is not showing to me? Because I belongs to the EU region. So it's whatever the first condition is coming, it will match that. So rest of the condition, it will not verify it. So that is the main things. You cannot apply a two condition, like if I am the EU user and any other condition you need to combine. So that is the tricky part. It will not work here. Any question in this? How the a page level personalization is working. So when you are buying the full-fledged license also the same algorithm will be used to present you the this data. But in case of a experiences which you are utilizing from the uh, Sitecore complete personalize, so then you need to write a code. But here you do not need to write a code. It is everything is out of the box. But the conditions are limited. So I will show what are the conditions are coming. So
Just to
coming to the
confirm, that's free, right? That's free.
yeah, this is free. This is free. So you do not need
Okay.
to buy any license. So once you are buying the having a contract with the Sitecore for this subscription, right? Then you are it is coming out of the box.
Okay. Another
So
person
now
from they see something totally different in the chat in the US.
I am not able to see the images.
Okay. Okay.
Ah, hold on the link.
Like a blue background, dark blue black background.
Huh? Just refresh it. Maybe it is not loading. Maybe, but it should show that you are coming from a US user or something like that. It should show to you.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, refresh it.
Mm. Play services trusted digital partner. Okay. Yeah, North America user, right? So I have added that for South America and this I have added. Okay. So now coming to the feature comparison slides. So how it is different from the XP and the CDP personalized. So main thing is that here it is based on the session based data and also the historical data of 30 days. So session based in that whatever the current session you are using it will utilize that and personalize the content. It is not going beyond that. And in XP, you remember that we are using the XConnect XDB, right? So we can store large amount of a number of data there. So and then we can utilize that to build up a any sort of a personalization experience because you are having the historical data there. But here you are not having any access to creating a different segmentation or a data more than 30 days. CDP and personalization, you can utilize that. And AIML support will be not there because you are just getting a one tenant for which you don't have a access from the CDP and personalize. So you cannot do anything. XP it's not there, but in CDP and personalize it's out of the box feature like they are using in the backend AIML algorithm to provide you the dynamic personalization. Scalability is a SaaS, you are not doing anything, but XP is limited by infrastructure and CDP also is a SaaS. Integration, you can utilize this with the XM Cloud very easily. In same case with the CDP and Personalize, but when you are using the XP, then you need to write a whole set of your own logic. For example, if you are trying to implement a personalization using the Sitecore XP based implementation and writing a headless application, then you need to have a some sort of a controller when user is making a request to your front-end application internally you will create a virtual user within a context of the site core. So that type of logic or a API proxy layer you need to have it, but here it's not. Real-time data means all three can be work by utilizing the real-time data like in XP, we are having a third-party service which will geolocation service which will helping us to identify the user location. Same way we can do it here. Here data retention is 30 days and XP and CDP personalization. It's the long term. And user experience, it's a simple here because you are not writing any complex code or you do not need to select any complex condition to fill the data like we used to have a in the XP. And CDP and personalization is complex because you are getting a full-fledged access to the CDP and personalize. In personalize, if you are going to create a custom condition, then you need to use the canvas and you need to create based on your complex use cases. you need to design a whole journey, or maybe sometimes you need to write a code there also if some use cases cannot be fulfilled with the out of the box personalization condition. And also when you are buying the CDP and personalization, you can create the condition there and you can push that directly to your XM Cloud tenant also. That is very easy things. Suppose some condition are not fulfilled with out of the box, so you can create custom condition there based on the data which is you are having in the CDP, and you can push it here itself.
There is a question for you in the chat. If you can integrate CDP and personalize with XP or XM, not
Yes,
cloud.
it is possible. It's possible you can do that. Why? Because if you are having a full-fledged license of a CDP and personalization, it's just a API based implementation. Tracking, I have done that. But in case of a personalization, right? So you need to write a code there. Why? Because uh, suppose I am the current user, I am logging into website. Suppose if you need to check that I am a new user or I am an old user based on that. So that query you will be sending that to the CDP to verify that. And what needs to be shown, you need to use the personalize experiment. So what you need to do that, you need to embed the code base which you have wrote in the personalize, and you need to embed here, or based on your this MVC logic there, right? You can also make a HTTP request to the CDP and verify that, and you can change the rendering data source also. So you can do that, but it's not out of the box. You need to write a code to utilize that, but it's
That was
possible.
a
That's
question by Vladimir Moyano. Thanks, Vlad.
yeah, it's a good because you can do that. That's why it's a SaaS product. So irrespective of the Sitecore product, you can utilize with any product. So there is no need that wherever you need to utilize it, you should have the Sitecore. You can utilize any in any language application.
One more from, okay, Vlad
Suppose
is
so you
following
need
up.
to
So
do yes. We need to write some sort of a middleware, not middleware. You can say that while you are using the pipeline, right? Suppose if user is logged in into website in by registering right in your MVC application, then you are creating the you are having the user email address and everything. So you will be making a request to the CDP to if user is not created, right? It will be created automatically there, and whatever the attributes you need to pass that, you will be passing that payload to the CDP, and then same way you will be making a call to the personalization to verify or CDP to verify that is user is a old user or a new user, right? That flag you can return it, and then you need to make a decision what data needs to be shown. Okay.
one more question from Carlos Rodriguez. When you mention audience segmentation, is that the use of profile and pattern cards
Yeah,
in XP?
segmentation. Yeah. Segmentation is similar to that profile or a pattern. Like suppose an your user is logging into the MVC, right? You are tracking the user data. Is user have access at this page or not, and user have subscribed to this or not, right? Same way when you are using the CDP in XM Cloud, right, application, by default, Sitecore XM Cloud is using the page level tracking, right, with the context of a user. So you will be assigned a unique ID, how it is assigned to you in the XP world, and it is being tracked. So same way, because here you will be not having a full-fledged access to the personalized, but what you can do that is user is a new user or an old user. User have access a this page these many times in a 10 days or a 5 days or within a 30 days time period. So those type of personas of a users you can get it, but not how we used to have full-fledged in the XP world. Why? Because here you are not having the full license and you can't create a your own uh, set of a segmentation. For example, if you are using a subscription-based things in your website, the user needs to subscribe it, and now you need to present some offer to the user, right? If user is coming second time, or after that also, right? So you cannot go and check there mm, in the embedded personalization that user have already subscribed or not. So those type of persona you can't build up here. I hope I able to answer.
Thanks, Amit.
No problem. So this is a very interesting matrix. So it is from the Sitecore. So why I have placed it here. So when you are going to decide that which product you need to utilize, right? So based on these parameters, you can decide that which combination you have to use that. For example, if you are building only the web application and you need to collect the web data only, right? So all the product combination like XM Cloud, CDP, Personalize, CDP, Personalize XM Cloud, those are supporting, right? But when you need to do the omni-channel data collection, right? So you need to collect the data from a kiosk also, right? Or a offline business also. So in those cases, XM Cloud embedded personalization is not going to help. Why? Because it is just supported on the web, the application only. So let me give you the example. For example, you are working for a client and they are into the retail business offline and they are having the banking solution also. So mostly when you work with the Saudi clients, right, Middle East, so they are having the businesses in all the verticals. So, and they are having the membership also, right, which is being stored in their CRM system. So suppose I am the user and I am going to their retail store and I am buying a cloth related to the with respect to the summer season, right? So when I am buying it, I am tapping my membership ID into their system, and that data will go to into your backend system, right? CRM system, and I will be having a offline job which will push my buying behavior to the CDP or any CDP product they are having. And now I am again logging into their e-commerce website. So in that case, they can go to their CDP system or a Sitecore CDP system and identify that what is my behavior. Because if CDP will help you to make a 360-degree user profile, so they can easily identify that what I have last bought from the retail store. So in that case, I can get a user persona there. So this user liking more the summer season. So I can present the this uh, product related to the summer in my website. So now I am the same user. I am going to their banking website, right? So I am going to the ATM, right? Kiosk system. So these products CDP personalize is accessible into that and as well as the XM Cloud. So in kiosk application, when you are going right, so based on my buying behavior power, I can present these are the offer for you if you are going abroad. So you can do the travel insurance and those things. So when you need to implement those type of use cases, so in those cases you need to buy the full-fledged license, and also you need to because there you need a historical data, and then you need to buy a full-fledged license for the CDP and personalization. So that's why this is very important when you are going to propose any of the product, then you can go through these attributes and decide that which product needs to buy it. Session-based difference is that session-based is tailored just to the current context of the user and right, and historical, like you know that CDP, Personalize or the XP application, it is based on the older data or historical data when user you need to access like in the past 1 year or any time in a uh, life of a user. If they are how many times they have logged in, all data you can get it, but in terms of a embedded personalization you can't do that because the data retention is only for 30 days, and this is ideal just for a immediate personalization how I was showing you, right, geolocation based. So these type of user journey, if you need to implement that, then it's very easy to do that. But if you are having a complex use case like I was explaining, then you can't use this. When and why? So it's you have to decide that based on your use cases. If client is not using a more complex use cases and in the past they were not fully able to utilize the XP, so it's better to start with the less XM Cloud embedded personalization, and based on their need, you can move to the uh, embedded personalization. when to consider, as I was explaining, based on your data as well as the use cases, you have to decide that you need to go with the which type of product. If you are looking for a dynamic personalization and long retention data policy, then you need to go with the this. And if you require the omni-channel support, then you need to go with the CDP and personalization in combined full-fledged license. So use cases like a page level personalization, geolocation personalization, display different type of content based on the geographical region, and audience segmentation I will be showing you, and personalization promotion. Like if I am coming from some UTM parameter, like if you are giving the advertisement in social media, if you are landing it, in those cases you can utilize this. So let's quickly move to the this. So if you need to use the this embedded personalization, so you should have the access to the XM Cloud. So by default, when once you open the pages editor, right, so you will be able to see the this view, right. So this icon, right, is showing that the personalization have been implemented in any of the pages. So for this, you need to click on this. Let me this personalized icon. So it will give you the list of the available variant. So if you need to create a new variant, click here and give the name, and you will land into the canvas where you can design that. So let me quickly show you the existing one. So edit audience. So it will give you the canvas where you can add the conditions. So if I need to build that, I will click on the build and add condition, right? So like a date based personas are there, you can use that. So these are the out of the box. And what type of device have you used? Like it will give you the operating system and the device type. And also funnel, I think I haven't used that. The visitor has completed questionnaire during the current visit. So that type of things are also present. It is more to the marketing side. Suppose if you are having any questionnaire in the page and if user have visited that page, then you can utilize this. And this is not related to, I can say that for the normal website, it is generally for the e-commerce website where user are booking the tickets or something. This is for those. And geolocation, I already shown, like the visitor is belong to a region. And one thing is that it is regions are only these many, and also in terms of a country where the region is. So currently it is just supporting the United States, means USA states only. It is not supporting any other. But I haven't verified this in the CDP and personalization that it is supporting all the countries or not. So that is the also the limitation, but not uh, present in the XPN and this. So once you have added the conditions, right? So you can come here into your this page. Let me refresh it. Sometime it will not give you. So wherever the personalization is have been implemented, right, in the page, it will be showing you the green. Currently it's not showing it, and wherever you haven't implemented, it will show the amber icon there. So what I was trying to explain is that the limitation here, like suppose here it is just fulfilling the one condition that you are belongs to the EU region, right? It is not helping me to apply a personalization based on the other condition, right? So in those cases, you need to have a another page variant, right here. But if first page variant is fulfilled, it is not going to execute the other. That is the limitation here, right? So this way you can implement that, and there is a one very easy things which people will generally use that. this I have just implemented like a this EU user, and there is a one more easy things which you can utilize, that is if you are a using the mobile user or something, right? So suppose if you will go to the contact us page, right? I will quickly show you, and something you need to show your height, right, based on the device of a user, then you can simply implement that, right? So just I need to refresh that. So like this, right? So you can show height. So what currently is supporting, you can swap the component, you can hide the component, right? And you can change the data source. So only these things are currently present. And I was explaining about a UTM source, right? Suppose if you are coming from a different website and you need to implement this personalization, right? So for that, it will giving you the option. So suppose UTM parameter is there. Let me, so what I did that UTM underscore source is this one, right? So the same way you can add a more condition based on the oh, not this one, user interaction. Like if it is refer from some other page, or what is the UTM value, so you can decide that campaign, source, medium, or content, like how the UTM parameter you generally set up, right? So if those type of things are there, you can easily implement here. So let me quickly show that also. Where I went, folio. Oh, this is the page, or which page? Let me check that. Portfolio only. Like this, right? You can personalize that. If user is coming from a third party website or something, then you can personalize this also. And also I was explaining about a, if user is coming from a, how many times user have visited the pages, right? This is the insight where, like I was explaining, right? Heading CTH personalized. So these type of indication is a, means user accessibility point of view has been added, which will help you to identify that how personalization have been implemented or not. So there is a very good use case where it is team member or visit last count. So sometimes you need to give a some personalization message based on how many times user have interacted, right? So you can also implement that if user have visited this and this page, then personalize the content. And also if user have visited the page how many numbers times, right? Parameter, not this one. Visit like this. So user have visited a specific page in the past 10 days and compares to equal or greater than this, right? So those type of simple use cases you can implement that, and all these things are coming as a out of the box. So it means that if you need to implement a simple use cases, then you can utilize the this. Any question in this? I think I am out of the time, but I can cover if you can stay here.
I'm monitoring the chat. No questions so far about this section, Amir. Amit.
Oh, okay, okay. So that's it, and there's some simple things are there, like I was explaining. Give me a minute. So like a page insight, I was explaining, right, how to verify that how the page is doing. So this is the analyze. So it is a how my site is. performing, right? So I can get that people are coming from the US, people are coming from the UK, and what are the pages they have visited, and these type of which browser, right? You can verify that. The same way you can verify the insight of a pages also. And I was explaining about a page variant, right? So you can compare a two ways page variants also, how it's being how it is being performing. So that way you can analyze that how your pages is performing. So these are the out of the box analytics are there, which is generally beneficial for the marketers, right? So if you are having a simple use cases, then these type of reporting are more than enough for the marketing team. So this I have covered. So data privacy, right? So when you are buying any SaaS product, so compliance is GDPR and the CCPA compliance are there. Data security like AES 256 encryption and TLS 1.2, which is required. And retention policy is a 30 days. And the Sitecore personalization is a 90 days. And CDP is unlimited data for customer segmentation. So these are the key aspects we need to taken care when we are proposing any product, not the SaaS, how the security have been implemented, because it's a PI data which you are going to store, then we need to verify these things upfront with any of the product team. So limitation is that is page level, like how I shown you that in a one page you cannot implement a more than two conditions to personalize. It is only one page only, and limited variants are there, which uh, sometimes it can be fulfilled. Like it can have a max 8 number of variants you can create it. You cannot create more than that, and within a one variant you can combine a 5 condition only, not more than that. And no API access, so you cannot write any custom code here when you are using the embedded. Only session-based real-time data retention, which I already told you that 30 days, not more than that. And aggregation data limitation, you cannot manipulate the data like user have subscribed to your site and then bring those user and show this. So those type of things you can't do, and customization you can't do that. And also it's a web-based data support is there. So is there any way to implement monitoring for any variance? No, you can't utilize any of the API as I was explaining here, because you are not having the API access. So if you need to track any click event or anything, you need to buy a full-fledged license of the CDP so that you can track that user have clicked the subscription button or user have subscribed to your website. Then you are sending some custom attribute to your user persona in the backend system of a CDP. I have peak traffic visit on X pages from user from X country to. No, these type of conditions you can't implement that in the variant personalization. If you need to have this, because peak traffic is there, right? So your data will be more, right? So in those cases, it cannot be fulfilled by the embedded. But if you need to implement the use cases in terms of a 30 days, then it's possible. But large number of data you can store it. But if you need to implement any custom condition on top of that heavy traffic, those things you can't do that. Yes, so that's it from my side in today's session. So if you have any more question, I have time and we can discuss it.
Perfect. Thanks so much, my friend Amit. It's a pleasure to have you here again with us.
Thank you.
Hopefully, this is not going to be the last, I'm sure, because we do appreciate every time you come, Amit.
Thank
Um,
you.
Thank you so much. And for the friends in the call, risking back.
And there is a one question I was referring to alarm or notification in real time, right? So notification in real time you can give that, but that is based on the current visit only you can do that. Or if any historical data or user have visited your website in the past, right? So then you can show that data to user. But if you are thinking that I will trigger something from the CMS or anywhere and show the data, so that is your component logic. It is nothing to do with the personalization.
Perfect. Thank you, Amit. Amit
Thank you,
Kumar
Rodrigo.
was with
Thank you,
us
everyone
today.
who joined it.
Thanks, everyone.
Thank
Thanks,
you.
Vlad,
Thank you. Bye.
Carlos,
Bye.
and everyone else who participated, Lucas, in today's questions. See you in the
Thank you.
next time. The next
Thank you.
one will
Bye.
be
Bye.
next month. See ya.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Bye.
Thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye.
I'm the one who waits for being alive again. Recall the past because there is no hope for being here. Day by day and night, the troubles cover on my head. The best I can do